If you're an entrepreneur or a business owner, I hope that you see that we are in the golden age of business building. With the internet at our fingertips and social media platforms completely free, it's never been easier to get your marketing message out in front of millions of people very quickly. In today's episode, I'm going to share with you 8 smart tips that you can use to promote your health and wellness business using social media. So, hang tight. Welcome back to the Online Business Clinic podcast. I'm your host, Molly Ann Luna, online marketing expert and business growth strategist who specializes in helping health and wellness business owners get a steady stream of new clients on automatic. Thanks for joining me for episode number 15. This is all about smart ways to promote your health and wellness business using those free platforms of social media. So if you can, grab your pen and paper and get ready to take some notes. Number 1, select the proper platforms. There are a ton of social media sites out there, and they just continue to emerge out of the blue. I swear, I feel like a new one pops up like every other week. It is awesome, okay? I love social media. It's so fun to check out the latest and greatest. But as a business owner, you've got to do your due diligence. You've got to recognize that you have a limited amount of energy, a limited amount of focus to be able to actually spend on your marketing efforts. So you want to make sure that you are choosing wisely and that you're choosing the most appropriate platform. Not the one that you love the most, but the one where your ideal client hangs out and where you can get continuous access to them regularly. So if you know that you love scrolling Instagram and seeing all those gorgeous images and getting that quick dopamine release by those quick tips and strategies that you can get, or motivation you can get through Instagram, but your ideal client is actually hanging out inside of Facebook communities, then it would be in your best interest to focus your efforts on Facebook over Instagram. It's important to know the differences between each one of these platforms, their strengths, their weaknesses, and how they play into helping you promote your business. So just to give you a super quick overview of the 4 main platforms, we're talking Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube here. Let me just share this with you. If your ideal client just loves to get really quick snippets of information, Twitter might be the best platform. If your client is looking to get motivated or inspired, Instagram might be the best platform. If your client is looking for a place to connect and to learn more and to grow, Facebook might be an option. Or if your ideal client is more of a DIYer type of individual who is always searching the next how-to video, YouTube might be your perfect platform of choice. So do your due diligence, do a little research, make sure you know your ideal client in and out before you land on which platform you're going to be focusing your marketing efforts on. And then what I want you to be doing is focusing it just on that one platform just to get started until you've built up an audience. Then you can maybe talk about cross-posting on a few different platforms. So for example, I am both, yes, on Instagram and on Facebook, but I didn't start posting on both until after I'd reached several thousand followers on my Instagram account. So my Instagram account's the one I started with. It's my strongest account. And it wasn't until I kind of had a wake-up moment and was like, whoa, wait a minute. This was great when I'd first started my personal training business. Instagram was awesome. I could make these really quick workout videos or do these like quick nutritional tips. And so that's why my platform is bigger there, because I've used my name the entire time. So it used to be Molly Ann Luna, the fitness coach, right? And now it's Molly Ann Luna, the online marketing coach or online marketing expert. So what am I trying to say here? What I'm trying to say is that you just want to focus your energy on one platform. But as your business changes, as your strategies change, then you need to maybe change your focus on platform. So now I recognize that my ideal client is oftentimes health coaches, personal trainers, dietitians, nurses, individuals who are working in the health and wellness arena. And many of them are going to Facebook to connect with other like-minded individuals and get advice about business building. So what have I done? I've redirected my focus and I spend more of my time on Facebook. So I want you to be thinking about your own business, be thinking about the type of content you're going to want to be putting out there, and then who is that perfect client that will be the one that will be liking and commenting and engaging with that social media content that you create, whether it's a video or a post or an infographic or an audiogram, whatever it is that you create, and then put together your strategy from there. Number 2, always use a calendar. Don't just try throwing up posts willy-nilly, last minute, just thinking that you're going to get good results. This is going to result in poor quality posts. It's really going to decrease your overall engagement. You need to be planning ahead, ideally 60 to 90 days in advance. This is what I do in my business. I sit down and I think, what's the next quarter? What is on the books? What products or services am I going to be trying to promote? And then I will craft together my various posts for that particular season of that launch of whatever it is I'm wanting to promote. The same thing needs to be true for your business. You don't want to just be posting stuff randomly or as you're inspired, because that's really not going to make much headway in your business. Now, a few of these social platforms, they do allow you to post in advance and then set a publishing date for a later date. And so you can absolutely go that route, and that is a free route. And that's fine. I do that sometimes for any special upcoming launch campaigns that I have. However, a better practice would be to get on a content calendar application. My favorite go-to one is called later.com. Now, later.com has both a free service and a paid service. I believe, at least at the time of this recording, the free service allows you to post up to 30 days of content that could be cross-promoted on 2 different platforms. So, for instance, I could post on Instagram and have that same content auto-publish on Facebook, and that service is free. Then for a small premium price, you can actually schedule out many, many more days in advance, and you can cross-promote on multiple platforms. So you'll just need to check out whichever application you choose to use and what their pricings and their services look like. But later.com, that's one of my favorite go-tos. And yes, you can get a lot accomplished for their free version. Number 3, make sure that the content that you're creating is actually engaging. It sparks a conversation. It's not just you talking at the people on the social media platform, telling them, this is me, this is my business, these are my products and services, but actually opening up the opportunity for a dialogue to be able to hear back from them, asking them to post in the comments below after they've read or watched or listened to something that you had created. Try to find a combination of both educating them, inspiring them, and empowering them with each one of your posts. Number 4, be mindful to never over-promote, okay? Over-promoting your business will make your most effective and substantial posts less appealing, and most likely your followers or the people who are being able to see this in their newsfeed, they'll probably end up just ignoring you. There's now a feature where they can literally just block your post if you're becoming, too salesy, too pushy. If you do choose to self-promote, which I encourage because we have to be our biggest cheerleaders in our business, especially if you are a solo entrepreneur. What I want you to try to do is to intertwine your promotional content with relevant content that then also educates or inspires them to take action in another way. And also, by pre-planning out your launch calendars where okay, during, this month to this month, I know that I'm going to be, quote unquote, pushing hard to promote my latest product. Know that that is your promotional season. And then once that cart has closed and you have basically closed the doors on them being able to sign up with you, however that is, if that's with client calls, if that's with your group coaching program or your digital course or buy your book, whatever it is, Then I want you to pivot and only post things for the next several weeks that is just pure value to them, pure value. Staying focused on building up that know, like, trust factor and letting them learn a little bit more about who you are and how you can help them. Okay, bonus tip here. This is a very common misconception amongst many of my students, and full disclosure here, I got this wrong for quite a long time in my own business. But what I want you to make sure that you know very clearly is that, yes, while it is possible to gain new prospective clients by using social media strategies, this is not a top of funnel activity, okay? When it comes to building out your marketing sales funnel that will help you to generate new clients coming to your business on automatic, we know there's those 3 stages: top of funnel, middle of funnel, bottom of funnel. Top of funnel being where people are newly discovering you, middle of funnel being where you're nurturing them, and bottom of the funnel is where you're closing out the sale, right? So when we're talking about promoting on social media, this really is the opportunity to expand that middle of funnel. It's more of a middle of funnel strategy where you are educating them and nurturing them, letting them learn how to get to know you better, like you more, and trust your business before they choose to do business with you. So just keep that in mind. This is not a strategy of necessarily getting new prospective leads, new people to discover your content, but to further educate, inspire, and empower or motivate those people who have already discovered you and want to learn more. Number 5, when possible, do try to post videos. Visual content is king. It's actually one of the most effective ways to promote your business and services. Because the thing is, the video camera, it does not lie. It sees everything. It's very easy to grab someone's attention, both perceived good and bad, but people who see you on video, they're going to judge you instantly. They're going to say, oh, I really like her. I think I could trust her. I'd like to know more about her. Or, you know what? She's really not my cup of tea. Click, I'm going to move on to the next thing. And that's completely fine, okay? Because we're not meant to serve everybody. So if somebody doesn't dig your video vibes, cool. Bye. Say it with me. Bye. We don't need you because we're not meant to serve you. But video is great because it hides nothing and it really shows your personality. And oftentimes you're able to just get your marketing message out there more clearly on video than written text. So, and then I hear the writers in the room. I'm married to a writer, so my husband would be like, I disagree, because writing is his superpower. And so if you're one of those who's like, you know what, writing's my superpower though, I feel like I'm much more articulate and much more clear in my messaging through writing, then I still want to encourage you to do a combination of the two, and also be thinking about it like this. Just because you're really good at writing, does your ideal client, do they receive the message through reading, or do they receive the marketing message better through listening? Make sense? So if and when possible, I highly encourage you to use video to grab your audience's attention and make it easier for them to consume the message that you're wanting to get out to them. Number 6, pay attention to comments and feedback, but don't pay too close of attention. I don't know if you've seen the movie Wreck-It Ralph, but I just watched it again the other day with my daughter. Oh, it's Ralph Breaks the Internet. And there's a part in the movie where he's like becoming this basically like a YouTube sensation, this video creation sensation. But then he goes downstairs or whatever, and he sees like all of the comments, all of the trolls coming through and like saying negative things about him, and it just is completely deflating. Now, that is the dark side of putting yourself out there and promoting your business on social media. Like, it's going to happen. And when this does happen, be someone who has a character of resilience, but also who isn't overly prideful. And if an issue does come up, like maybe you misspoke in a podcast you created or a video you put out there, or maybe you mistyped something or it was misconstrued, do your very best to resolve the issue quickly. Don't just try to like stuff it underneath of a rug or ignore it or delete it and hope it goes away. Like, get in the forefront of it. If you made a mistake, just own up to it. Let your audience know, like, hey, sorry, like I made a little boo-boo here, please forgive me. And then just do your best to move on. When your audience has a comment or has a question or they're asking for further clarification, please address those concerns. It's going to make you look like an expert. It's going to help build that trust factor. They're going to go, okay, you know what? He's not just talking at me, or she's not just talking at me. She's actually here in the social sphere listening to what I have to say. I bet she really does actually care about the transformation that I'm wanting to have in my life. So do your best to pay attention to those comments and those feedbacks as best as you can, and to resolve those issues as quickly as possible without, making yourself super stir crazy. Number 7, consider creating your own community. The key here isn't to aim for getting the most followers, right? I know that's a common misconception. Like, how many followers do you have? I live in a really gorgeous building here in Glendale, California, just on the outskirts of LA. And I've got a lot of Instagram stars that live in my building, which is kind of cool, but also sometimes hilarious to me, because some of these young girls will be up at the pool when I'm in my maternity swimsuit with my 3-year-old just, in her little floaty. And these girls will be taking these bare booty bikini shots for the next gram and be talking about their followers. And that's good and great. It's their creative. It's what excites them. No judgment. Okay, there's judgment, but I'm not trying to be, only because I'm looking at my daughter who's 3 and I'm please do not be taking bare booty photos, putting on Instagram. But whatever, if it's your jam, it's your jam. But the one thing that I feel like some of these really young girls who live in my building are missing is that it's not about the number of followers. It's about creating a really close-knit, engaged community that actually wants to interact with you, interact with your business, who wants to do business with you, i.e. give you money for your products and services, tell other people, promote your business to other people. It's really about using social media platforms to then get people to come over to your website and to build your email list so that then you can actually start to generate a profit from your business. Now, I know money's not everything, okay? We are in these businesses, specifically in health and wellness, because we are individuals who deeply care about the well-being of other people, and we want them to have these major transformations, right? But money is, in fact, it's a yardstick that measures the quality and the quantity of service that we render to one another. So it's just that. So I want you to keep that in mind. When I talk about, powering up your profits, it's really about getting your marketing messaging out there in such a way that people are like, whoa, you know what? You're helping me so much. Let me help quantify for you how much you're helping me by actually paying you. Okay, so anyway, I kind of got off on a tangent there, but the core thing I want to say is that consider creating your own community. Don't get hung up about the number of followers or the number of people in the community, but more about the overall morale of the individuals involved, the overall engagement of the individuals involved. Doing so will eventually help your business to basically snowball into something even greater than it already is. So even if you only get 2 people, 5 people, 20 people, 100 people into your community, do your best to just love on them and provide them with the best customer service you can, and know and trust that the word will spread. Word will spread, and eventually those numbers will come up for you if that is something that you're desiring for. Okay, and finally, number 8, make your social media profile useful to your followers, okay? I can't say it enough. It's not so much about you and your business, but about the type of value you can provide to your audience, okay? How can you help them? Do not make them guess. if you've got social media accounts, do not make them guess on how do I do business with you? What is it you can help me with? Okay. Make it very clear in your social media bio. Hi, I'm so-and-so. I'm an online marketing expert. I help health and wellness professionals get a steady stream of new clients. Great. People can easily and quickly self-select whether or not I'm of any value to their life experience or not. And then they choose to follow me or not, because I just make it very clear to them. Okay. And one last thing here. I think that's it. I think we're going to call that a wrap for today. I can talk on the topic of social media for hours. And so I'm sure many more episodes similar to this will be rolling out very soon. But for now, what I want to do is that I want to hear from you. I want you to join us inside of the Online Business Clinic community over on Facebook, or you can get there by heading to mollyandluna.com/OBC community. And let me know straight up, like, what did you find helpful in this episode? Or what would you maybe add or say differently than what it is I shared with you thus far? Again, we're talking about the some of the best ways to promote your health and wellness business using social media. So if you've got some powerful tips for us, please come be a team player. Join the conversation inside of the OBC community. Okay, my friend, that's all I have for you for today. Do be sure to plan on joining me right back here, same time, same place next week. We're actually going to be talking about how to write your social media posts so that they actually convert. So that's going to be a really hot topic, and I cannot wait to have that conversation with you. So I'll see you right back here, same time, same place next week. Bye for now. Are you a subscriber to the podcast on iTunes yet? If not, I want to encourage you to do so today. This way, you'll get notifications sent straight to your phone every time I upload a new episode. Also, if you're feeling extra generous, I would sincerely appreciate it if you left me a 5-star rating and review, letting me know what you love most about the show. If you do, I'll be sure to give you a shout out, aka a little listener love, in one of the upcoming episodes. Thanks.